Welcome to Go For Side Effects. I'm your host, Kevin Simon, and y'all know my co-host, John. John, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks.
So I bought 3 guests on, and y'all know Wade. He's from the round table. Wade, how you doing?
Doing great.
I got Hope on. We brought her on before. All of us are Desert Storm Go For veterans, but I have Ann. Ann is a nurse, and there is a reason why I brought her on tonight. It's because of a product that we're going to be talking about. Ann, how are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you for asking me to come on.
So, let me tell each and every one of y'all a little story, and I'm going to keep it short. I'm not going to be long-winded. About a month and a half ago, I was invited to go speak at Hope's event at a VFW out of Houston, off 290, as a matter of fact. And Ann was there. She was sitting there, and we're all talking, and, the show was basically over with, and Ann comes up to me, and Ann's like, hey, Hope introduced me, and Ann says, hey, what if I could pull you out of pain? What if I can help you, rejuvenate your stem cells? And I started kind of giggling. I'm like thinking, okay, this lady's crazy, but I was game. I've tried every remedy there is, all the way from eating a gummy bear. Everybody knows about that. all the way to CBD oils and stuff like that. Well, she put these patches on me. And the patch she put on me first was called X39. And as she explained it, it was a stem cell, what's the word you used? Activation. Then she put these 2 patches on the bottom of my feet called Ice Wave. I can remember that part. And so we're sitting there, I'm putting on, she goes, well, where else does it hurt? So I told her I couldn't move my shoulder very good. She put the Ice Wave on my shoulder. Then all of a sudden, I could move my shoulder. I had free reign. No more pain. I stood up, and every bit of the pain was gone out of my body. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. These patches that literally have changed my life. I feel like it's giving me my life back. I can wear tennis shoes now. But the reason I brought Hope in, I brought Wade, I brought John, is because I experimented with them. I wanted them to try it. And I also experimented with my sister-in-law, my brother, my mom, uncles, anybody that would let me do it. But let me tell you something. My mom has fibromyalgia. She has scoliosis. Her spine completely fused. They had 2 rods with hooks came out of her back, and they were just eating out her nerves and her muscles. My mom feels good. She feels better than she ever has because of this. And I thank Ann, and I thank Hope. I thank both of y'all for this. And now I'm going to ask John about his trial and what he thinks about it.
Yeah, no, I'm a big skeptic. You and I have talked about this, and I'm like, nah. And it's one of those things, like a lot of things. You're not swallowing a pill, okay? You're not, and it's like there's no way. So I put on the X39 and I put on the Ice Wave. And there is a significant change. Now, it was pretty amazing, and I was like, I didn't quite understand because I was going to bend over to pick up stuff, and I'm like, wait a second, that didn't hurt. I'm eating, because typically with the way my system is, I eat something and I got pain within minutes. And I ate, and I'm like, wow, I can eat a meal and not be in an incredible amount of pain. And just recently, I put these on my 90-year-old next door neighbor. He told me I got burning in my feet, neuropathy, and I put them on in. He says, I don't have any more burning. And then today, was it today? Yeah, today, a VSO officer. I explained to her what we were doing, and I said that, here, let's try them out. I put them on the bottom of her feet, and she was done, and she's getting up to walk out. She goes, I think I feel it already. And then she I talked to her a little while ago, and she goes, I did this, this, and this, walked a mile and multiple other things. And she goes, little to no pain. And I'm like, it's phenomenal how it works. And I'm elated because it's great for finding out ourselves. It's more fun to watch somebody else.
It's more fun to watch. It's more fun to watch the elderly people. It really is. I mean, like my brother the other day, he was cutting hair and he pulled aside and nerve. Kevin, can you please patch me up? I really thought about saying no, just to have some fun with him. But I said, yeah, because I could tell he was hurting. He was able to cut hair the rest of the day. I mean, it is amazing. Now, Wade, I would like for you to talk about your experience with this.
I've only been using it, the X39, for about 2 weeks. Every day. I haven't had the miraculous pain relief. I've used the Ice Wave. The first time, Kevin, that we talked, I did have pretty good results with the Ice Wave on my shoulder. But as we talked, chronic, literally shoulder to feet pain, we've been experimenting with that. I will say I feel better than I have. I will give it that. I forewent cortisone injections to give this a try, and I'm glad I did. I'm going to give that a try, and I think if I continue on, I'm going to be glad I forewent the cortisone. So I'm going to keep going. The biggest thing I've seen so far is my sleep patterns. I go to sleep 10 o'clock at night. I'm getting full rest, complete all the way through the night. Waking up in the morning without an alarm clock, feeling complete rest, up, moving, get through the day, no afternoon naps. I guess that's the biggest thing. I guess when you go in and you actually read some of the literature, and if you can understand about the stem cell and as it declines with age, and if there is such a thing of regenerating the stem cells and replacing them, a lot of people don't understand. A lot of the vets go for vets. There's a study out there that says that we are aging at an average of 10 years faster than the population of our current age. So at 53, that would put me, give or take, at somebody that's 63 years old. In the literature for these, it does also state that with the stem cell activation, it can reduce age at an average of 8 years. So given that, I'm willing to give it a whirl and see what we come up with. I mean, at this point in time, what do we got to lose? With everything, what do we got to lose?
But I have a question for you, Wade. The other night you called me, you said, well, I put them on the bottom of my feet. That's what me and Hope talked about. I said, try put it underneath the collarbone.
Correct.
Did you do that today also?
I did. And I still have them on, and I still haven't hit the 12-hour mark. But yeah, I did. That's what I did today.
It was a lot better.
That's what's weird is, like in the morning time, I'll wake up with pain. I did it, put it on. I'm at work, and I just kind of noticed that I'm not in pain. Like the pain's not there. That's just what's kind of weird.
And is my wife and
when the pain's there constantly, you notice the pain, but then the pain's gone.
Right.
So I was coming up the stairs today before the podcast, and I noticed I did not have pain in my hips. I mean, I don't hate to admit it, but I admit it. Yeah, my pain is significantly reduced.
And
so yeah,
the crazy part is I didn't bring up.
I'm surprised. I'm happily surprised.
Yeah, I didn't even bring up about the sleep. I sleep.
Nope, the sleep. Yeah.
Yes, I don't feel tired anymore. The brain fog is gone, and Em can help me with the word where your brain is foggy. There's another word for it.
Cognitive.
There you go. Hope can answer that for me. So Hope, you brought me in on this, and you've been on this a while.
Mm-hmm.
And how are you feeling?
Kevin, John and I were talking. We're a little older than you guys, just a tad. And, I did get kidney stones 3 years when I got back from Gulf War. I would have unexplained dizzy spells. I did not know when they were coming. So I've been on the patches for 1.5 years. But yes, the brain fog is gone. But I want to tell you guys, you'd be doing yourself an injustice if you think it's a 1 month wonder or a 1 day wonder. I have been on the patches for 1.5 years. I can relate to a lot of what Wade's saying, and what John is saying is, Kevin, I wish I got the response as quick as you did, but it took me 6 months to realize I don't have those 3-day headaches. There was things that I totally forgot about because the brain fog was so bad that I had misplaced things. I'm finding things, and I'm catching up with so much in life that I've kind of put in the back. But all my stomach issues are gone with the IBS, acid reflux, diverticulitis, even sinusitis, yearly bronchitis. So the 1.5 years has been great.
And then I'm going to blow everybody's mind. So, Ann, I'm about to bring you in, but I have to tell this story. So this 80-year-old man comes in the barbershop, and my brother's cutting his hair, and he's like, Jimmy, I got to ask you a question. And this guy has always had a full head of hair. It really pissed me off. 80-year-old man that has all this hair. I just don't understand. I mean, I know John is really upset. But anyway, so while I'm sitting there, and I'm not kidding you, the guy looks at Jimmy and says, Jimmy, is my hair color coming back? And Jimmy goes, it is. And he had red hair. Some of his hair color was coming back. He goes, it's because I'm wearing this damn patch on the back of my neck right here. And my brother was like, Kevin, come here. And so we're sitting there talking about going over it. The guy said that it cleared up a lot of his skin issues. It cleared up, and he feels like he's in his 30s. That I will tell you. I feel like I'm back in my 40s. I'm not going to say 30s because I don't remember them. But my 40s, beginning of them, I remember before I really started going downhill. I do feel like I'm back to that position. But the one thing I did notice, all the rashes that were on my back are gone. All the discoloration on my face is gone. Y'all could go look at pictures. I'll even post them of what my face used to look like 8 months ago that we took pictures, and you can see the discoloration, and it's gone. And I mean, and I got told that by an 8-year-old kid, said, Mr. Kevin, you finally got the dirt off your face. I wanted to slap him. I was like, it isn't freaking dirt. Because women, seriously, women would walk up to me. I had one lady come up to me, and she hands me a napkin and wets it. She goes, you got dirt on your face. That's not dirt. It's just discoloration. I mean, I'm just saying. So, Ann, this is where I'm going to bring you in to talk about the patches.
Okay. Wow. What fantastic stories that we're hearing, huh? Even from like right away to taking time, 1.5 years sometimes. So what is it that we're talking about? This is the patch. It's the X39 patch. So what you do is you peel it off, okay? And you see that white part in the middle. What that is, it's a crystal formation of amino acids, organic, like sugars, oxygen, salts. And what it does is it forms a lattice. So when we peel it off and we put it on our skin, then because we as humans, we are emitting a low level of infrared light. So it's like with you guys were like at the nighttime and y'all were, doing your thing, and you have those goggles, you could see people out there, you could see the deer, the dogs, where, you can't see just with the regular eyes, but you can with goggles. So, but that just to show that we all have a light that comes off of us. So that crystal lattice, it's on our skin, and it goes into the heat goes into the patch, and then it goes back into the body. And so what this does is it goes to it sends a light signal into the body, and it makes the GHK copper peptide, and that peptide is one for reversing age, youth reversal. That's the big thing about GHK. And it's responsible for making your own stem cells start waking up again, start regenerating, start repairing. So we're not saying that the patch heals. We can't say that. We're saying that the patch is a tool, and it gives your body the support, because the body is the one that heals, okay? It's like you go out into the sun, right, to get vitamin D. but we're honestly not getting vitamin D from the sun. The vitamin D is falling on our skins, going through our eyeballs, and then our own body is creating the vitamin D. That's similar to this. Okay, it's creating the making the GHK go into the body. And we have like about 10 to 11 different patches. I don't want to go into all of them today because this one, which I just talked about, the X39, is the mother one. It's the main one. And the other ones are called supportive. But let me go back 20 years ago when David Schmidt had a contract with the government, and they asked him, could you help the Navy SEALs? They have so much, they're taking the amphetamines, the caffeine, and we need them to stay awake for 36 hours without all of these stimulants with the side effects. So he came up with energy enhancers. It's a 2-part system. It's brown and white, okay, that you have to wear at the same time. And what it does is it stimulates the mitochondria. It turns your own fat into energy. It's a big one. But then what happened? 9/11 happened. So the country took a different turn, and okay, we've got to support, the war and all that stuff. So David Schmidt knew, he is our owner, our CEO, and he knew that he was onto something. So this is phototherapy. That's what it's called, is phototherapy. So when I say, is there any stem cells on here? There's not. There's no stem cells. It's my 94-year-old dad is sitting by me right now. He actually had stem cell injections 5 years ago, before we knew about patches. And 6 months later, found out it didn't work for him, and he still had to have double knee replacement. But so when we found out we can activate our own stem cells, that is huge. That means there's no injections. It's non-invasive. There's nothing going into the body. So that means there's no contraindications of any medicine that you're on or anything that you're doing, any supplements. There's nothing going into the body. So someone will say, well, can I wear it with this? And I'll say, well, there's nothing going into the body. It's a light signal. So do we have to, even though me and my nursing, I thought, okay, do I need to be under a light bulb? Do I need to be outside for the light for it to work? No, because remember I said we are that light. We are the light. So the patches ingeniously created sends a light, because our body is heat going into the patch, and then it sends signals back into our body. So this is the main one. X39 is like the mother one. This one came aboard about 4 years ago. This one was 20 years ago. This was the very first one that started the company. So going back, that the company, the country went a different direction, right? So David Schmidt knew that he had something very, very special in phototherapy. So he started the company with this one. The next one he created was Ice Wave. Now, Ice Wave is what Kevin was referring to, that I patched him on the bottom of his feet. Now, Ice Wave is a 2-part system. What it does, it blocks the pain signal, okay? Now, it doesn't heal the body. It doesn't repair the body as the X39 does. That's why it's very important to have this one. And then we have another one that is Eon, is called inflammation. So these two together are critical to help repair, regenerate the body. That's why we're having so much success. But for pain, see, if you get them on the right places, it works with acupuncture. So you get them in the right place and you can move them around until you can say, oh, yeah, there's no pain. Actually, I was patching 2 people the other night. One of them was a lady. She was in a wheelchair. She had a level 10 in her knees. She says, well, I'm sitting now, but if I stand, I can really feel it. I said, okay, I want you to stand because I want to get this right. I want to patch you out because I know that we can remove your pain. I know we can get it down. So we helped her to stand, and I moved it around, and her pain went to a zero. And then it was awesome. The next lady at the place, she was a salsa dancer, danced all over the world, and her level was a 7. And so we were talking, and I got it down to a 4. And she goes, well, it's a 4. And I said, that's not good enough. I can get it down. I know I can get it down further. So I just kept moving it. You have to play with it and move it, because you've got to block that signal. And then she goes, oh, and I said, move. Is it? And she moved, and she goes, it's gone. It's gone. Her pain was gone. So it's amazing what we have in our hands. I know that the vets can help. I actually did my clinical studies at the VA in Houston, and my heart was always for the vets. And so I'm very thankful for the vets and what they've done for us. And I want to help them, with their pain and give them hope, because that's really what we were doing. We're being able to say, hey, you don't have to live in this pain. You can regenerate. We can get younger. David Schmidt is all about reversing disease and becoming an age reversal. It is age reversal. So long like Wade, he's been on it some. What I would say is that, you can't tell stem cells where to go. Okay. What you do is you put it on the body. The stem cells are going to go wherever the body needs most. 911. Okay. We may think it's our hurt shoulder, but the body's saying, you know what? You don't know about that heart issue. I'm going to go fix that first. So innate intelligence, the way the body is created, the body will go in with the first thing, the highest in priority. So sometimes it takes longer for people to experience things. We came in because it helped our dog.
And one of the great things about this, and I know that all of us veterans are big skeptics because we've all been to the VA. We all are told to swallow this pill, swallow that pill, which all of them have some sort of side effects. This doesn't have a side effect, 0. And you don't have to swallow it. You put it on your body. And amongst us veterans, we've all had varying degrees of success. Wade's is a little bit different than mine. Kevin's, it was, better than the rest of us, but all of our exposures were probably different. Now, Kevin was in the Navy. The other 3 of us were Army. Now, is that, who knows what exposure who had, but we're just like, you got to give it time. And like you said, move the patches around. I think time, because we're such skeptics by nature, because of our training, what we were exposed to, and the damned if we do and the damned if we don't.
But what is the first thing the VA tells you when they go in? People with neurological disorders, neuropathy, anything. What is one of the things they say? There's nothing we can do. We do not treat the problem. We treat the symptom.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I can tell you this. With everybody out there, the way I feel like now I'm treating the problem over the symptom. And like I said, this isn't a cure.
No.
I'm not saying that. But if I can get my life back to where I can wear tennis shoes again like I have, or if I can walk Disney instead of ride a freaking scooter like I did this past Thanksgiving, beep, 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 and I did because I couldn't walk it. But I can guarantee you I can walk it today. I've told everybody in the very beginning, when I started this podcast, I'm in it for the vets. I'm here for the vets. We did build a website. It is up right now. I just put it up there as Ann was talking because everybody can go check it out. We came up with a system of what's called Gulf War recommended patches, and it's 5 patches. And I know I'm going to mess up one of the names, so Carnison. I said that correctly. That son of a gun. All right. Ice Wave. Eon. And that's spelled AEON. X39 and glutathione. And let me tell you, they come with booklets to tell you where to put them. Except for the Ice Wave does not come in the booklet to say underneath the foot. I couldn't find that part. Is it in there? And I didn't see it.
Not on that one, but a lot of people use it. David Schmidt does say if someone has like full body pain, such as like fibromyalgia, he suggests put one on the kidney 1 point, which is like 1/3 down on your foot, and then put another one even up here.
Right. As-
on bottom torso and top torso.
And I am working with investors right now. We're starting a nonprofit, and 100% of what we make off of sales and what we make from the donors, we will be giving out patches to all the veterans in need. So I am working on that. And I put that on the website. And the website is goal4sideeffectpatches.com. Okay? And that's www for us old people that can't remember that part like I just did. And boy, and John, stop laughing. Anyway, but y'all should go in and look. In the very first of it, it talks about me and John spreading the awareness. Down there it says CEO David Smith and Navy SEALs. Click on it. The one thing that fascinated me, Ann, that when he talks about this, he was down on a Navy sub with the SEALs, and I think they were going on a mission, and they were stuffing caffeine and all kinds of stuff inside their body, and he was like, no, this is not good. And so he worked and he talked with DOD and all that. But what he talks about is he was fascinated with Thomas Edison. Yes. And the like. He's fascinated with them. But he's also fascinated in church where he talks about the light of God. And he combined them together to create this. And I do believe God led me down this path. I know my mom is watching in here. And my mom will tell you flat out, Elizabeth's in here, she'll tell you flat out, I am not joking when I say this works. I can't guarantee you will feel like I do in the first 3 days, because it took 3 days and I could put tennis shoes on again. I felt healthier. I felt stronger. And I mean, and I'm calling Ann going, you got to believe this, blah, 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 blah.
And you were calling me.
And John, and it took John 3 weeks to order his stuff. And he finally did it. And I'm glad he did. I called Wade. Wade said, yeah. But there's another one. Christy, she ordered.
Oh, yeah. Christy and Pete, yeah.
And Pete is feeling better. His energy is going to take him longer to really start feeling it because of everything he's gone through. Most of the people in Pete's group got ALS. They went down, what was that road called? The Devil's Road or something like that?
Highway of Death.
Yeah, Highway of Death. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. And so they were exposed to a whole lot more than what we were. It's going to take Pete longer, but let me tell you, he is feeling better. I check up on him every 3 days. And let y'all know how much this is 100% money back guarantee. That's the one thing about it. If you don't think it works for you, you get all your money back. That's
maybe
what I like about it.
Kevin, or maybe Ann should explain exactly how that works.
Let's talk about how it works, Ann, on the pricing and all that.
Okay, the pricing, there's different options. And so one of them is the silver pack, and that is like you can get 3 months of X39 for $300. Or if you wanted to trade one of these in for 2 of the supportive patches, the energy enhancers or the ice wave, you can trade those in. So it's either, you can get 3 of these, or 1 or 2 of these and 2 of these. So I didn't talk about this one. I didn't talk much about this. This is the Eon. This was their #1 seller before the X39. David Schmidt says that when you can combine these 2 together, because this is inflammation. Inflammation eats stem cells. So when you have these 2 together, it's like the dynamic duo, like Batman and Robin. So you can get 2 of these and 2 of these for $300. Okay.
Okay, then so you can explain, Ann, if you can explain then, at what point is the money back guarantee? How exactly would that work then?
Let's just say,
I guess is what my original question.
Okay, so good question. Okay, so let's just say that you ordered 3 of these for a silver pack. then you would just open up the one and use the one. And then like day 28, you could call the company and say, you know what, I don't feel like it's working for me. And they would say, okay, send the unopened ones back, and then we'll give you your full refund. They're very, very good about that.
I'm sure people are going to ask. They're going to ask about it.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. And for ones that, you know, the people out there that you know don't feel like that they need the ice wave for the pain or the, you know, glutathione and stuff, because all they want to do is just, you know, regenerate their stem cells. You can order just that.
Yeah.
And it's under preferred customer. But with Ann saying that, the 5 I put down, they're listed in there. If you click on the silver pack, you can have all 5 for that price. Okay. And so, and you know, at first I really was worried about, okay, well, you know, the money this, but they have sales all the time. Really and truly, the biggest one you need is the X39 with them 5, because you're not going to wear the glutathione every day, the carnosine every day. You may not feel like I've only worn the Ice Wave twice. I don't need it anymore.
Wow.
Yes. All I wear is the X39, and that's all I wear. And then after that, it's $99. I tell you what, I'll take $99 for the way I feel. That's just how I feel. But with that being said, on the website that you go to on the Go For Patches is, if you're having a hard time navigating through it, and some will because they're like me, computer illiterate, you got Hope's number. At the bottom, you can email us. We'll call you right back. If you have more questions on this, feel free to contact me. Y'all all have my email address. 90% of y'all got my freaking phone number. You can message me on, but I'm telling y'all, I would not promote a product that does not work on this show.
Yeah, and I have to interject with Kevin 100%, because like he explained, I drug my feet for 3 weeks because I'm like, nah, you know. And then it was one thing to notice it on myself. I'm a veteran, okay, and I want the best for our veterans. And when I put it on somebody who was who's married to a veteran, but I said, here, try it, and she tells me it's working. And then I asked her later today, and she says, yes, doing all this. But here's a lot of things that you got to take into account. This is something that there is no side effects. You don't have to swallow a pill. You don't need to go see them. You know, you can.
You don't need a prescription.
Correct. You don't. I mean, you want to follow your doctor's advice, but you don't need a prescription. Okay, you want to follow what your medical provider tells you to do. Absolutely. This David Schmidt, an inventor. Think about this. The fact that these, as a lot of things come to play in our world, it was developed for the military. It was developed for the special forces operators. Okay. We all know the United States of America has got one hell of a budget for our military. And we want the best for the people that are doing the things that they need to do. And for goodness sakes, it works 100% without question. I certainly would not have agreed to do this until I had proof. I don't care. You can run your mouth all day long. Proof is in the pudding. We got a lot of testimonies on the webpage that you can view from various doctors, DOs, MDs, anesthesiologists, chiropractors, you name it, NFL players. You're hearing it from us. This stuff absolutely works without question.
And what I like about it is that the people that I put on the program that I've asked to try this, all of y'all listen to them. You know what they all went through. And they're all sitting here, and the ones who are in the box, I couldn't bring everybody on, but I'm telling y'all, I went into the neuropathy pages, and I asked them, is it okay if I post? But nobody wants spam, nobody wants junk. I said, okay, then I'm just going to post, come listen to our podcast, because we're going to talk about neuropathy, fibromyalgia, neurological disorders, you know, digestive systems, everything. you get on web pages and all they want to do is not find a cure. They want to bitch. They want to moan. They want to groan about their problems.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving y'all a solution. There's a solution to the problem. I'm just asking y'all to try it. It's a money back guarantee. If you don't like it, come on a podcast and you can bitch me out. I'll allow you to, but you're not going to. You're going to call and you're going to go, holy crap, thank you very much. I'm telling you.
Yep.
Will it work like
Yep.
it did on me? No. I can tell you for the children out there, parents who kids have a ADD, it works on that. Because we had a lady that brought her son in. One of the guys was cutting hair and the kid had a patch. And he's like, what is that? Oh, it's the same thing I'm wearing. And she says her kid does not take ADD medicine anymore. He makes A's and B's. He's straightened his attitude up. The problem is we're all on medication and nothing's natural. But I'm not telling anybody get off their medicines because I'm not getting off of mine until I really talk to my doctor. But what I'm telling you is we jump to medication to medication to medication. I'm on 600 milligrams of Lyrica. I'm on, I think, 40 to 60 milligrams of Valoxifene. The next step, they want to go up on my Valoxifene or they cut my damn feet off. I'm not doing that. I'm finding my hope. And that's pretty good, wasn't it, Hope? I'm finding my hope. Right, But I do believe, my mom is a very strong Christian. My mom said, you know what? What if God helped you so much to help the vets? And I believe that. I do believe that. I believe Ann has worked with me, and I don't have all the answers. Hope has most of them. That's why I put her phone number on there. Ann has all of them for me. And so, and we're working as a team, and I'm working as hard as I can, guys, to get stuff going for the guys who cannot afford it. I'm going to work something that hopefully we can get them out to the people who can't. That's what I'm working for. But I'm asking you, just give it a chance. Try this. And I know Wade has studied this because that's all Wade does when he looks at a product. I know. You know what?
No,
like
kudos
Doctor,
to Wade. He does.
yeah, he does
He
because
reads the
Doctor
fine
Garth,
print.
because of Doctor Nicholson.
I envy that.
I do too. And this is the first time I've ever read booklets.
Yeah.
I don't read. I don't like it. But like Dr. Garth Nicholson, I believe his product works. I believe the products that are not being pushed by the big beep beep. Okay, I can't say it out loud because I'll probably get cut off. Pharma. But anyway, I believe that they would have shut this down if he didn't do it the way he did it. I do. I mean, this is the most fascinating thing. And
it is.
But
It's amazing. It truly is. I mean, I'm shocked because you and I have talked multiple times, Kevin. Hope and Ann and Wade. We've talked. I haven't necessarily talked to Wade that much. But he was the one that talked to me. Mentioned Dr. Garth Nicholson. That product works. There's no two ways about it. It works. But we're all looking. All of us veterans, and here again, this is for everybody. This just isn't for veterans. It's just because we're veterans and we're always looking for what is going to work. Help me out. Whatever that something, and here it is.
And there is a Facebook group that I would like for all the vets to join. It's called the Neuropathy Warriors. The guy is a veteran who actually owns that page, and he was talking to me today, and I believe y'all should go to his page and talk. But if you're in a Facebook group and you don't allow something to come across to help veterans or to help anybody, there's something wrong.
Come on, that's right.
It is. I mean, we've been here. We're trying to help each and every one of y'all. That's all I can say. But I promise y'all, if you give this a try, And if you do this, I want your feedback. I want you to come on show. Tell me what is going on. If you have any issues on wanting to know where to put the patch, we got an email address. You can call Hope. Hope is very, very familiar with the Gulf War veterans, and not just them, but neuropathy, fibromyalgia, and issues. So I'm hoping that each and every one of y'all will just go on there, take a look at the page, read the science behind it before you order it, and just understand it a little bit more so you understand what we're talking about. So I'm going to leave it at this. And do you have anything else left to say?
Yeah, I forgot to say this. You just wear it 12 hours on and 12 hours off.
Right.
So that means that you can wear it during the day. You can wear it at night. You can wear it in the bath. You can shower with it. So you don't have to wait till you shower. It's just like, say, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. It doesn't matter. You choose. And the second rule is drink more water, because we're light within us, we're water. So that the patches will work better if we're hydrated. So really just those two things. And just remember, it's non-transdermal. Nothing is going into the body. When I would work at the vet, I would help, put the pain patches on the vets, right? Meaning that there's something on those patches that was chemically being transferred into the skin. So those were transdermal patches. But these are non-transdermal. So there's nothing going into the body. That's why we can say they are totally safe. There are zero side effects. There really is nothing to lose except, our frown, really, and our pain. If we will stick with it. I've not seen one person with one thing that it's not helped, honestly, in my 2 years. And pets, we patch our dogs. My daughter patches her sheep and her cows in Scotland. I mean, unbelievable animal stories that I could tell y'all too. So that means that it's in children. There are no clinical studies on children. I know that, Kevin, you said that. I can say, well, if it was my kid, I would, because I know what stem cells do, but we don't have any clinical studies on that. But I do have a lady that has patched her Down syndrome daughter and her autistic son. And unbelievable, in 30 days, the son is now saying mama in the first time.
Wow.
So it's great, and getting real hugs where before they would be just stiff, but a real genuine hug. The stories are, I can't keep sharing. It's how can I be quiet?
Right.
How can we be quiet when we have their answer that they've been praying for, right?
Right. And on there, under this is patented. It follows the FDA guidelines. Okay. And I want you to talk a little bit about that.
Well, we're under the general wellness.
Correct.
Not as FDA, and neither do we really want to be.
Well, that's very true too,
Yes.
but in there, just go read everything. It talks about, everything you will need to know about this. Hope, anything you would like to say?
Yes, thank you, Kevin. I just wanted to say somebody brought it to our attention that they don't see the website. So I just now pasted it. And I want to thank and appreciate everyone for not promoting their business or their while you're respectfully having this program on right now on the stem cell activation patches, because we are all, like you had mentioned, Kevin, we are all trying different products to get. They say there is no cure for the Gulf War veteran. So we are all working together as a team and not trying to promote one more than the other. We're just here to say right now, we just got a small group within this circle, but you guys don't know, maybe the company that's watching right now don't know, but Mike Lindell with My Pillow just signed up with these patches. You guys, this sells, the proof is in the pudding. Just keep it simple. It is cheaper than a cup of coffee a day. And I'm not talking about Starbucks. And Kevin did mention some of you guys are talking. I'm looking at your comments and trying to keep up. We had over 70 something comments. You guys, we got clinical studies to back this up. David Schmidt has over 130 patents. There are blind studies. If you want to jump in the science, jump in the science. We will help you with that. You got my phone number, 281-330-4345. So most of y'all have Kevin's phone number, but this is about teamwork. If you cannot afford them, we're going to work on getting them to you. We're going to have to validate, some areas because some people can afford them. They just refuse to. Thank you, Kevin.
It's on the homepage. I didn't put the link inside here. I put it on the homepage.
Okay.
And so Hope did it in here too, but I did put it on the homepage. Wade.
I guess I'm going to say that there's not a one fix, and this show really isn't. It's about Go For veterans, but this is about anybody that has issues. This is something for people to share. You're reaching out, trying to help. This isn't a cure. This is something to help Go For veterans to deal. And there's not a one fix for all veterans. It's been 32 years. We've all lived different lives since then, and we've beat up our bodies in different ways. If there's something out there that's going to help, give it a try, and nothing's going to help every single person. And give it a try. If it helps, it helps. Kevin, you got great results from it. I'm marginal results, but I'm going to keep driving forward. I'm real stoked about this whole stem cell thing. I got my own issues. I'm willing to give it a try. If it gets expensive, well, yeah, it does, but you kind of give up, I don't drink anymore. I don't smoke anymore. If someone's looking at this, well, give something up. What is your health worth? What is your life worth? What's your quality of life worth? Take a look in the mirror and you make the decision. That's all I can say. Be accountability. You're only accountable to yourself. Well, I guess that's all I got, man. Just go forward.
He almost summed that up for me. Son of a gun. John?
I think to echo what Wade just said, quality of life. Yeah, what's your quality of life worth? There's a lot to be said for not having the pain or the discomfort level that we all suffer from in varying degrees. And just got to take a hard look at that. Like I've said more than one occasion, and Hope just said a minute ago, the proof is in the pudding. Try it. You've got to try it because go pop a pill. Who wants to pop a pill? Nobody, because it's expensive and there's too many side effects. There's no side effects with this stuff. I've experienced zero side effects. The side effect is not being in pain. There's the side effect.
There you go. I like that.
Just look through our webpage, look through the testimonials. Like I said, it's patented. There's science behind it. That's all I got.
Well, I want to thank everybody for listening. And I just want to leave y'all with this thought. It also helps to go into a positive attitude. That's what I want, is positivity. I positively believe this will help a lot of us. Some slower than others, some faster than others. I want to be there each step of the way as we go through this together. And let's just give this a try. That's all I'm asking. Just give it a try. I want to see my grandkids grow up. When you stand behind a barber chair for as many hours as I do, and a lot of y'all know, I'm behind my barber chair 12 to 14 hours. There's days that I don't get home till dark. I go in but early in the morning, but now I can stand. I'm happy. And that's the one thing about it. The level of happiness that I'm at because I'm not in pain anymore. That's worth every bit of it to me. And to see my grandkids grow up, that's all I care about. But I want to thank each and every one of y'all for coming on. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for listening. And next week, we'll be having a guest on, and I'm really, really excited about him to come on too. Y'all have a great night. Thank you. Thank you for listening to Go For Side Effects. If you have a story or you would like to share or just come on with any comments or questions, please email me at kevinsimon@goforsideeffects.com.